Welcome back. Today we're going to be going over my NBA All-Stars a month into the 2026 NBA season. Um and it's difficult to an extent because right a month in you don't know what's going to still be here by February. But there are some things that I think can be concrete, of course. There are some locks, there are some first timers, there are some things that might not be here in again a month, never mind 3 months when the actual all-star game is. Um we are going to start with the Western Conference because the West is actually the easier conference to determine the all-stars in, mainly because a lot of the guys are kind of staples right now, and kind of have been. So we're going to go over that. We're also going to talk about some players that didn't make it, um, and some reasons why. Again, I'm not just because I say somebody that was snubbed doesn't mean that other people I didn't say weren't snubbed. They're just notable guys that I want to talk about if I do. But let's talk about my starters for the West. I mean, I think 4 out of 5 of these are 1000% locks. Let's start with the most obvious, maybe some people's MVP for the start of the year, Shea Gilgeous Alexander. Man, I mean, his team is the number one seed in the entire NBA, never mind just the West, at 18-1. Shea's averaging 32 and a half, 5 rebounds, 6.5 assists. He's barely playing fourth quarters. He's only played eight this entire season, and he's played in 19 games. So that should tell you. When he is playing, he's playing 7 minutes. Like he's not really doing much because he doesn't need to play at a lot of them. I mean, he's been unstoppable. He's shooting still almost 60% from 2 point range. He's shooting 41% on 3 pointers this season on 5 attempts, 55% from field in general. He's played in every game so far, and he's just been on a heater all season. Um, the other potential MVP candidate, if you don't have Shea, you got this guy, Nikola Jokic, who's averaging 29 and a half, 13 rebounds, and 11 assists. He's played in 17 games for the Nuggets, who are currently tied for the second seed with the Lakers at a record of 13-4. Um, and if you see me looking down, it's because I'm looking at pivot fade, which we will be bringing up for some of these harder decisions, but not right now. Again, he shoots 63% almost from the field, 70% from 2 point range, and 43% from 3 point range. I mean, he is just that man as well. So those are no brainers. I think another no brainer, even though he has missed some time recently, is Victor Wembanyama. Again, these are all starters. He's averaging 26 and 13, 4 assists with 3.5 blocks per game. He is, I mean, he's really taken that leap. Again, he hasn't played since November 14th, but I mean, he already has a 40 piece this season. He's got a couple other high 30s, like this 38-point game versus the Chicago Bulls. He's got a 31-point triple double versus the Warriors in one of their games they played. Um, can I see how many blocks he's had? What was this? He's had a 9 block game already this season. He's had multiple games above 5 blocks. He hasn't had a game yet where he hasn't had a block. Um, and the Spurs are currently the fifth seed, even though they have, missed a little bit of Wemby, a little bit of Castle, a little bit of Dylan Harper. So that is another starter. Another guy who has missed time for his team, but I still think he makes it. Luka Doncic is averaging 35, 9 and 9 in 13 games. He's shooting 47% from the field, 33% from three. He's taking 11 a game. But I mean, when you look at what he's done this season, I mean, he's had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games with 40 or more, including 3 to start off the season. His first 3 games, he dropped 40 plus in all of them, including one of them being a 49-point game. He's only had 1 triple double this season, but he was 1 rebound away this game. He was 2 assists away from this game. He was 1 rebound away in another game. He was 1 assist away in another game, 2 assists. So he's almost had 6 or 7 triple doubles this season. So he's my 4th starter. And then my 5th starter, which could have some controversy because his team is not perfect right now, is the Minnesota Timberwolves at 10-8. Is Anthony Edwards, who's averaging 28-5 a game in 33 minutes. He's played 14 games. He's still shooting 39% from 3, and he's shooting 47% from the field, a steal and a half per game. Like, he's doing what they need from him. Him and Randall has slowed down a little bit, I guess, from his really like blazing start, if you will. But Randall himself is averaging 23, 7, and 6. A player that did not make it is Julius Randle, so I figured I'd mention that now. But yeah, his last 5, 18 and 8, 37% from the field, 25% from 3. His last few games have not been great. I mean, he's only shooting 35% from 3 overall, but still. Now we go to the bench. And you know what? Let's bring up our good friend here, Pivot Fade, who we've used before. Because I'm sick of looking down at my phone. So Stephen Curry. Stephen Curry is still averaging 28, 4, and 4 this season, 39% from 3 on 12 attempts per game, 47% from the field, 60% from 2-point range as well. I mean, the Warriors are currently the 8th seed. They are 500. They are just a game and a half above the Blazers. Obviously, now Curry is hurt for a week or two with a contusion, but I still think that he makes it because he's been good. He has had multiple stinkers, if you will. 14 points in the game. He got hurt with like 20 seconds left in the game, a 9-point game, an 11-point game. But I think if you look past some of those games, I mean, you got a 35, you got a 42 bomb here, you got a 46, 49 back-to-back versus the Spurs. You got 38s, 34s. Like, other than those about 3 games this season, which, I mean, the man, he's 37 years old. Like, come on. Like, but he's still been good. He has been one of the I don't know how to say it because he is not MVP by any means, but he is one of the most valuable players to a team. And obviously, without him, team is kind of rough. So next, let's talk about our next guy, who this team was very hard to do stuff for, but Alperen Sengun makes it, which would be his second of his career. He's averaging 22, 9, and 7. The Rockets are 12-4. He's played in all of their games. They're 4th in the West right now. I mean, shoot 40% from 3, 48% from the field in general. He's drawn about 6 fouls per game. And actually, we'll look in a second. I'll show you. But, like, I mean, games that he's not now, I guess these last 2 games aren't, or last 3 actually aren't perfect examples, but like if he's giving you 28 and he's also giving you 11 and also 7, like those are Jokic numbers, man. Like, these are some Jokic numbers that he's putting up. Just the amount that he draws to the amount of attention that he draws from other teams is big time. I know you guys want to see it, so let's look. Shea draws about 6.5 fouls per game. So there you go. But oh my god, my phone turned off on me. Hold on. We'll get to our one timers in a little bit. I think another one that if you're tuned in, I'm giving it to him, even though his team is currently the 11th seed. They are 5-12, but him, I mean, he's been great. 28-6 a game. He has played in every game this season. 47% from the field, 38% from three on 9 attempts. I mean, he has just been one of the best bucket getters in the league so far. Um, I mean, if we look at his game logs, I know he's got some crazy ones. He's got back-to-back 40 bombs, a 35-point game, and a 51-point game, which I don't know off the top of my head how many 50 bombs we had. I know Harden's done it. I know Maxi's done it. I know Markkanen's done it, but other than that, I don't know how many of those we have this season. Um, so I'm giving it to Laurie Markkinen, even though his team's not perfect. I am let me go back to the Rockets. I am giving it to Kevin Durant still, who is still averaging about 25 a game. 48% from the field, 36% from three. So maybe, not that like because KD's been a guy who's his field goal percentage has been like 55% for multiple years in a row. Um, I mean, I don't even know how we can oh, don't run slow on me now, Pivot. Come on, man. All right, I figured out my login, but I mean, he's shooting 51% on unassisted jump shots at average distance of 15 feet. Um, I mean, he's had a great he's had a good season. He's been with the go-to guy that the Rockets have needed while he's still letting Sangoon be the player that he needs. And he's still letting Amen Thompson, who did not make an all-star appearance, sadly. But like, I mean, honestly, it's in the conversation. I just don't know if they are the fourth seed. They're only half a game back from the Lakers and Nuggets. Do they deserve three all-stars? Probably not. But I definitely could see the argument between, again, 17-7-5, one of the best defenders in the NBA, at only 22 years old. He definitely has a conversation. Someone else I want to talk about that I feel like I made a mistake of leaving off. Yes, I'm leaving Chet off of the All-Star game, even though it's criminal that OKC should have more than one All-Star. So honestly, Chet might make it over a guy like maybe one of these first timers that I'm gonna say, but I'm not. Chet will make one. Just let the guys that also deserve it come. But I mean, he's averaging a block and a half per game. Um, sorry, this is being difficult. I wish this was being a little bit more easy for me to use. But I mean, he's been a good defender too. Again, J Dub hasn't even played for OKC. Um, and then let me get to our last guy who has made it before. I've got two new All Stars out west, basically. But I mean, the Suns, they are 12-7 with not a great team. They are the sixth seed. They're only a game back from the Spurs, and they are a game and a half above the Timberwolves, who are right behind them with but 26-7. He's played in all 19 of their games so far. I was debating between him and Ant for this last starter spot. The reason I didn't give it to him, even though he has played more of his team's games than Ant has, is shooting isn't as good, I guess. Again, you're nitpicking between two guys that are perennial all-stars, basically. Um, you could also argue the last 5 games hasn't been perfect for him. But I mean, he's still averaging 20. He's still one of the league's best bucket getters. But first time All-Star alert. Austin Reeves, man. I can't believe I'm giving the Lakers 2 All-Stars. I gave the Rockets 2 All-Stars. But I'm not giving the Thunder. Like, that's just wrong, bro. That is wrong. But I don't know who I take out for him. If I was to take anybody out, it would probably be Booker, or it would be Booker or this last guy that I am about to talk about. But Reeves, 28 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists per game, 14 of the team's 17 games. 3-point percentage isn't perfect, but again, he has done a lot without LeBron and Luka. LeBron's All-Star streak ends if the All-Star game started today. Honestly, he might not make it in general because he's already missed a good 14 of their games or so. But I mean, 64% from 2-pointers, steal and a half per game. He's drawing the same amount of fouls as Shea per game, guys. Same amount of fouls as Shea per game. So let's ease off a little. But I wonder what he's done versus certain defenses. So he's only played 2 games versus top 5 defenses, and 19 points, struggling for the season he's having, sure. But I mean, these bottom teams, I mean, 32 versus bottom 10, 27 versus bottom 5, bottom 15, 30 points per game. So he's having a good season. He's going to be our first time All-Star. And our second guy who maybe I should be taking out for Chet, Deni Avdija, 25, 6 and 5 in 19 games. The Blazers are 8 and 11, and they are currently the 9th seed. But again, I'm giving it to him. I'm sorry, Chet. I don't. If someone's injured, you're the first guy there, because I don't think there's position requirements, but it's not like I'm giving 8 All-Stars to centers or something, so it'll be close enough. But Deni, I mean, the Blazers to start off the season, they were rolling. Can I see? So they lost their first game, but they win here, they win here, they win here. They won against Denver. They were the only win against OKC this season. They started off the season, I would say that's like 7-2 without really counting. And he's had, he's flirted with a triple double a couple times. He's got one right there. 37 and 8, 37, 6 and 8 in their last game versus the Spurs where they lost. But I mean, I just like those numbers for a guy that's 24 and going to make his first All-Star appearance. Again, if the season ends today, according to me, pretty damn good. So we'll give it to Deni. Now let's go to the East, where this gets tricky, man. Cade Cunningham is our first starter. I shouldn't have to say too much. The Detroit Pistons are the 1 seed out East. At 15 and 3, 28, 6, 9. Turnovers, I mean, they're lower than last season because I think he was at like 4.5 last season. Now he's at 3.5, but 3-point percentage isn't as high as you would want. But when he's doing so much for you offensively, and isn't a bad defender either for his position, it's pretty good. I mean, again, he's played in 15 games, so he's missed a couple games for them too. But 12 and 3 while he's there. They're 3-0 actually without him, which is actually kind of interesting. But I mean, 51% almost from 2-point range, and that's obviously where he's taking a good majority of his shots. So Cade Cunningham, no-brainer starter. The other backcourt mate, which I was debating between him and Tyrese Maxey. So, spoiler alert, Tyrese Maxey is here, but he is not starting. And the reason, what was the reason? The reason I picked Donovan Mitchell over Tyrese Maxey is because the Cavs, they're 12 and 7. They are the 5 seed. The Sixers are currently the 10th seed, so they have slid again from where they were, but at the beginning of the season. So that's literally the only reason I gave it to Donovan Mitchell, and you'll see numbers wise we'll see when I show you Tyrese Maxey, especially numbers wise, why this was so hard to pick between these two. But Donovan Mitchell has just been done whatever the Cavs have needed. Didn't have a great game last game, but other than that, I mean, 37, 32, 37. He's got, this game where he had 15 rebounds versus the Heat where that's the Andrew Wiggins lob for the win, but he's got a 46 bomb right there. Again, tons of 35-point games. So he's been all that they've needed. Unassisted jump shots, he's shooting 65%. Can we see jump shot? pull-up jump shooting, he's shooting 40%, um, which is 56 in the league. Okay. All right. I kind of thought that was going to be better. But again, Donovan Mitchell. Let's talk about Maxey, who is not starting. So I'm going a little out of order, but while it's still fresh on your head, I mean, Tyrese Maxey has literally been one of the most unguardable players in the NBA, because of, okay, 2 point range. He's shooting 52% almost. But look at that. He's shooting 41% from three on almost 10 attempts per game. He's one of the fastest players in the league. He's a good playmaker. He's a phenomenal shooter, which actually I kind of wonder what his pull up shot looks like. Pull up 41%, so just a little bit lower than Donovan Mitchell's. But I mean, Tyrese Maxey. I mean, can you see why this was why this was so hard to pick between? Again, it's literally only because their team is fallen to the 10th seed, but he is not the reason that they have. So Tyrese Maxey is here, but he is not starting. Other starters, if you don't have Jokic or Shea for MVP, you might have this guy. 32, 11, and 7. Again, played 13 games. The Bucks are 8 and 11 at the 11 seed. He's missed 6 games for them, but 64% from 2, 63% from the field, 50% from 3. Hey man, he's drawing 8.5 fouls per game. Oh my God, Giannis, that is, wow. It really puts things in perspective when you compare it to Shea. But wow, I mean, a steal per game, a block per game. It just, sadly, that team is just so bad around him. Again, Ryan Rollins has played good. Miles Turner's been all right for some showings too, but other than that, it's like, oh my God, you're playing Kyle Kuzma, you're playing Kevin Porter, who's also been hurt and in and out of the lineup, but he's my third starter. Hey man, fourth starter right here, Jalen Johnson, 22, 9, and 7. The Hawks are the 6th seed. They are 11-8, but while Trae Young has been out, this man has been, I mean, stellar. Last 5, 21, 9, and 9 almost. He shot 55% from the field, 60% from 2-point range, and 38% from 3. He has just been everything that the Hawks have needed as well. Again, especially while you are, while you don't have Trae Young there, and you've been able to let the ball go through him. Obviously, recently he had the really crazy game versus what game was that? Right here. Actually not recently, about 6 games ago, the 31, 18, and 14 game where they came out with the win. But I mean, he's just one of the best stat sheet stuffers. Don't shh, shh. We're not gonna pay attention to that. And then I gave the last starting spot not to Karl-Anthony Towns, but to Jalen Duren. Man, I love centers like Jalen Duren. Karl-Anthony Towns, of course, is a very fun watch. He is on the All-Star team as well, but I gave it to Jalen Duren, man. They are the 1 seed for crying out loud. Let me give them their 2 starters. I know the Thunder, again, don't have 2 stars, don't have 2 All-Stars in general. Listen. I explained myself. I feel horrible for doing it, but we're just having fun here. He's averaging 20 and 12. Before the game against the Celtics a couple nights ago, he was one of 5 players that was averaging 20 and 10. I mean, he dropped 0.2, sure, but I mean, he is genuinely one of the best rebounders in the league versus a Celtics team that can't rebound very well. He had 16 and how many 6 offensive rebounds, 5 offensive rebounds versus Indiana, who also doesn't have a big man. 4 versus Atlanta, 5 versus Indiana, 7 versus Washington. I mean, he's genuinely one of the best rebounders in the league, and he has been very fun to watch, even though he was kind of abusing my Celtics again a couple nights ago. But I mean, a steal and a block per game. There is no way if Jalen Duren keeps this up, he is not an all-star. And yes, a first-time all-starter, and he is starting. So that gets rid of the starters in the East. A very hard there are 2 very hard cuts. 3. Paolo Banchero did not make it. Paolo Banchero did not make it because he has not played in as many games as Franz, and Franz I gave it to. Another first-time All-Star. 23, 6, and 4, 36% from 3, 48% from the field. Shooting, I mean, you would just imagine that done. Let's see, for a layup. I mean, field he's shooting 55% from the field. I mean, he was been such a good finisher throughout the last few years of his career in general, so that doesn't surprise me one bit. And if you want to see Palo's numbers, I mean, 22, 9, and 4. They're kind of similar. Again, he just hasn't played as much, and obviously, I still think Paolo is the better player, but I gave it to Franz. Again, the East was very hard to determine. He's shooting 25% from 3, 46% from the field, and they don't necessarily deserve 2 All-Stars with the way they've been playing. They're kind of somewhat picking it up a little bit with 2 wins in a row, 3 out of 4 wins in their last 4 games, but I didn't give it to Paolo. I gave it to Franz. Let's look at Karl-Anthony Towns while we're here. 22, 12, and 3. It definitely could be Cat starting over Duren. I'm not going to be mad. Again, I'm just trying to have a little bit of fun with this, but 32% from 3, 45% from the field, a steal and a block as well. The Knicks are currently the 4 seed at 11 and 6. I just decided to reward the Pistons, man. 3 years ago, they went on a 30-game losing streak. It's just nice to see them turning it around. But Cat very well could be starting, so don't take that too harshly, please. His teammate, well, let's get out the way as well. Jalen Brunson, who's averaging 28 and 6, 50 in their 15 games played. He's only missed 2 games for them. Which I don't remember what his injury was, where he missed a couple games. Was it ankle? I don't know. But he's having a very good season too. This is one that, again, that we don't have to talk about too much. His last 5, he's averaging 30. One of those other very hard cuts, Evan Mobley. I can't do it, Mero. There are some teams that deserve to have one, and it's hard. It's so hard to give some teams 2 All-Stars, and like this man deserves it. I know. But one of the reasons I didn't is if we look at these last 5 games, 17 and 8, I mean, I guess it's not really that different. So I don't know what I'm talking about. That's not what I meant. Maybe I think I'm thinking about somebody else's last 5. I think I wrote that wrong in my book anyway. But I mean, still a block and a half and a steal per game. Like, again, another version like Chet where he probably should be here, but I wanted to give love to some other people. I mean, Jaylen Brown is here. I gave it to him. The Celtics are currently 10 and 8 at the 8th seed in the East. He's averaging 28, 6, and 4. He's been very efficient for them for a Celtic team where efficiency has not been our thing this season, but I gave it to him because he is, like the one light over there so far for us Celtics fans. The Raptors, they deserved at least one, and I gave it to Brandon Ingram over Scotty Barnes. 22, 6, and 4. Just had a game winner the other night. He's played in all 19 of their games, man. It's good to see Brandon Ingram back hooping. And honestly, he hasn't made an All-Star appearance in I don't even know how much. How many years has it been since his other All-Star appearance? 2020 was his last All-Star appearance. So, and he's gonna, for me, make it in 2026. Again, he deserves it. Again, Scotty Barnes also probably deserves it too. Especially since they are the 2nd seed and they're rolling, and he's averaging 19, 8, and 5. Oh my God, he's shooting 39% from 3. Dude, it's so hard. So please don't take this video lightly. We're just trying to have some fun. And then the last All-Star, because I believe I've talked about everyone else here. Some people don't like it. Give the man a break. Josh Giddey, man. Look at these numbers. 20. He's basically averaging a 20-point triple-double. And now the Bulls have 100% fallen from their 1 seed grace that they had earlier in the season. They are currently the 9th seed. They're sandwiched between the Celtics and the Sixers at 9 and 8. But again, they go on a 2-3 game winning streak. They're right back in the playoffs as a top 6 seed. But Josh Giddey has been very good. He's shooting 39% from 3, which has just gone up year in, year out. This is somebody that I actually do want to show his shooting numbers because it has gotten better. If we go, because obviously 3 was one of the most, crucial parts for him. But like catch and shoot, he's shooting 39% from 3. Pull up, he's shooting 41% from 3. Now step back, who cares about step back percentage? But like those are damn good 3-point shooting numbers for a guy who throughout, let's go to the year that OKC, ends up trading him. He shoots 33% from 3 in general. Not good. The year before, he shoots in 22-23, he shoots 32%. Again, not very good. And pull up wasn't good for him. Catch and shoot even wasn't that good, but I gave it to Josh Giddey. So that is going to wrap up my All-Star Awards a month into the NBA season. Let me know what you guys think. Obviously, very hard cuts, very hard to determine, especially out east, but I do feel bad for some cuts. But again, my opinion doesn't matter. It's just for fun, for games. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. And that's all from me.